Hello everyone! Welcome to my vlog. And as I promised you previously, finally I got some time to work on my electronic set, Elegoo. You can look a bit more details about this set in the video. I think I'm sharing the link somewhere here. And today actually I want to do some interesting stuff. I want to connect this, it's called dot matrix module, and we will try to make actually different smiles and maybe following them using temp. So let's look how we do it. So let's go. Let's start the vlog. To do this project we need one dot matrix module that has the mark 7219. As you can see, it has two sides where it can be connected, like that. And if we talk about what is the difference between these two sides, so the side that has this D in pin, it's actually about the size that needs to be connected to the Arduino board. I used female connectors, or female male. And also you have this side where you have the out, data out. This side, it needs to be used if you want to connect more than one of these metrics in a line, for example, or in between each other. So then in such cases we use this side. But for our project, since I'm gonna use only one matrix module, then I'm connecting it to that side. So what do? We need to have a connected cable to the 5 volt. So this is our energy will come from. Then on the other side, as you can see, another cable needs to be connected to the ground and 3 digital pins. So, and we need to make sure about actually the names of the digital pins and where they are connected here on this side, these 3 last pins. So how do we do that? We know that my orange colored wire actually corresponds to 5 volt, then the yellow one is ground. So what do? I just do it like that. And then if we look on this connection, so I just want to follow my wires, and then okay, let's connect it from this side. Like that. The first one went in, then the second one, and then the last 2 pieces. Like that. That's all. So again, we check that this is 5 volt, the yellow one is ground, and then 3 data pins. So it's almost done. So the next step is actually to connect our Arduino to the computer where we have Arduino code. Something like that. So then the next step is actually to program our Arduino. So we go to the Arduino software, and then we create a file in which we will use 2 libraries. If you want to program the dancing man, then you need to follow this file. But actually, if you're interested in the programming a smile, and I will show you what is smile, you use the same libraries. But if you are interested into making letters to print, like A, B, and text, then I recommend you to use a bit another libraries, that is MD Parola, MD Mark 72XX. And remember that the name of our module is 7219. And SPI-H goes automatically. So you need to include these 2 libraries. What does it mean to include the libraries? It means that you go to Sketch, Include Library, Manage Libraries, And then you search for the libraries that I set to you. For example, MD Mach72XX. This is how we do it. MD Mach72XX. So as you can see, I installed the last version, and you can do the same. And if you scroll down, actually this is this MD Parola that I told you about as well. You install that one. So for my dancing man, I used LED control. So you also can include it by going LED control. It's actually written a bit differently. Can do like that. And it's this one, LED control by Eberhard Fall. So this one that I used actually. So this is the 3 libraries that you need if you want to do these 3 examples that I did myself. So let's talk first about the smiling example. In order to this, we include these 3 libraries that I talked to you about. Then we define first which type of do we use one module, do we use a number of them, and for which type. This is where we actually say how many of modules, these Mux devices we use. I use only one. And then I'm saying to which pins actually I have connected my module. So for example, previously that I showed you, CS pin, actually in my case it is a blue pin and it is connected to 11. So then it means I need to change it to 11. And to check my data pin is connected to 12. And my last pin connected CLP, it is connected to 10. So this is what I change, and you also need to make sure all the time to check this information. And again, how to know it, we look here. This is the names of the pin, D in, this is the same as data pin. CS data pin, it's D in, CS is this one, and CLK is CLK. So nothing too complicated. Make sure to check that you connected those to the correct places and don't forget to change them. Then we create a new instance of our module in which we tell which type of hardware we use, how pins are connected, and how many devices we use. And then in the void setup, what we do, we initiate our instance that we created matrix. We set how the light intensity of the light, and then we clear the display. So we make sure that no lights are going from are not lighting, so to say. And then the next step is actually to define the loop, what we want to show one after another. So remember, in Arduino, we write in a line by line, and our Arduino reads the code line by line. Void setup is read only once, while loop, it will be continuously running while we are connecting our Arduino, our module, to the energy. So then what we do, we say that we want to print letter A, we want to wait 1 second, 1000 milliseconds, and then we clear the display and again print the B, and it will continue doing that unless we stop the energy. So my first trial is very simple. I started with letters A and B. I got them blinking, but now I will try to move to a bit more complicated. As I said, I want to have a smile, so let's figure it out how to program a smile. In the second case, we are talking about making a smile, different smiles. So I picked the 3 happy, neutral, and sad faces. And for this one, we use LED control library that I showed you how to install, and also internal binary, because we will work with bytes. We will define each line as a set of bytes, 0 and 1s. So if you look, I will disconnect it. This is how it is connected. I will just disconnect it with the electricity, so now we can see. So let's look on the structure of this. So we have 8 columns and 8 lines. And we will say that, okay, when we don't light the light, it has a value of 0. If we want it to light, then we set it to the value of 1. And in such way, we will program each line individually, and then we will manipulate the lights on the line. So in the code, we do it like this. Again, we define our LC instance, and then we work with LC that we say that we have only one device and it is connected to those pins. Then we create a delay time instance variable, actually, where we can control the time in between different phases. So for how long should we wait before we switch to another phase. And then we create the set of so each this set of the binary values corresponds to one line, where we say B and we say 0, 0, 4 ones, and then 0, 0, and so on. So by manipulating these 0 and 1s, we will choose which of these lights will be lighting and which will not. And then in the void setup, first of all, we work with the LC. We need to again choose the intensity of the lighting of the lights, how intense the light will come from there. Clear the display, and then we read one line by line, column by column. We go, actually, you see in the line matter, we define which, for example, AHV is happy face. 0, it means that this value needs to be set here, then this value needs to be set on the second line, and so on. And we do it for 3 phases. This is actually a sad one. And we just call the function that we define, draw phases function, where we in sequential manner want to go from the happy to neutral phase, then to the set, and then again to happy, and so on. So let's connect again our Arduino to the computer like that. So remember, from the previous one we have AB going on, then we do like that, and we send it to our board, and ta-da! This is what we have: 3 smiles, 3 different faces, actually, not smiles. Ta-da-da-da-da! So, and then the final one. How did we do the final one? The moving man, the dancer. Now I will show you that. To program dancer, quite do similar with the faces, but in that case I actually was sitting and drawing and imagine. So if you look, I changed a bit the positioning of each line, so then I can much easier to see with these zeros and ones actually what will be here shown. So as you can see, you also can see the man here, right? So then I have defined the standing position, so when he is staying, not dancing, and then I defined 5 different dancing moves. So the first one is arm up by 1 step, then by 2nd step, so a bit more up, and then 3rd one. So in more natural how we human do it, like 1 by 1. And then also small changes in the legs positioning, also defined with these 0 and 1s. And then the most interesting part actually was when I created a function dancer, I decided to make a dependency between the delay time, so the time for switching between different motions. And then, for example, if I say the delay time is longer than 1.2 seconds, then he is standing. So it's kind of, if the music is slower, then he's standing. If the music is quicker, then he needs to dance. And then I'm saying in which frequency I believe that he needs to dance. And in that way, I have defined the different sequences. And then in the void loop function, I actually use this dancer function with setting some delay times, somewhere longer value, somewhere smaller, and then it repeats. So this is the small 10-15 second example. Let's look first, and let's look how it works. That's all from me for today. So I hope that maybe someone of you will try to make your own dancing man, maybe girl, maybe someone else, maybe dancing faces, up to you. Be creative, listen to music, maybe you have a different feeling of tech than I have. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and please write in the comments if you want something for me to make for you. Maybe you have some questions and maybe I need to explain something in more details. Would be happy to do that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, write comments, like, dislike, or whatever you feel. And see you next time in my following vlogs. See you soon! Bye bye!